I looked at different genres for my movie. I went through different types: comedy, action, thriller, horror. I then decided from doing research on each of these genres that thriller is the ideal movie genre for my target audience. Thriller helped me create a mysterious character for my opening scene. This is because, by looking at different thriller movies, I could depict a good idea of what a thriller character should look like, i.e. from the movie Hitman. The title is effective for my media product because it tells the audience what the opening scene is based on if they couldn't guess. By using a formal font and the maroon coloured lettering, hints at what ensues past what the audience sees. The film is displayed in a similar way the movie The Godfather is presented. Black background with a formal font in the centre of the screen. The only main difference between my title and The Godfather's title is the colour of the font and the small picture of the puppeteer's hands. The location of my film is very closed in at the beginning, making it seem to be in a tower block of some sort. When the car park and the car driving through is introduced, it breaks the conventional forms of a thriller as you see the driver's face, whereas in a normal thriller, the face would not be shown until the suspense of the character could be built up no more. My movie copies audio and sound techniques from other thriller movies, as this is an effective way of building up suspense within an opening scene. I saw no need to challenge or develop forms and conventions of real media products at this point because of how efficient they were in building suspense and adding tension to the beginning of a movie. I copied the style of clothing in other thriller movies of dark colours and not lit scenery. This allowed me to build a dark backing area for my character, and it displayed that he was from a uneasy background or that he is mysterious. My media product represents particular social groups by copying the styles of the movie Hitman, who's played by Timothy Olyphant. A gun for hire known as Agent 47, hired by a group only known as the Organisation, is ensured in a political conspiracy which finds him pursued by both Interpol and the Russian military as he treks across Russia and Eastern Europe. Similarities: mysterious unknown to both secretive man of little words, sneaky. My product is aiming to represent the more unknown side of the criminal world of guns for hire and illegal activities. It doesn't really represent a social group as such, just more of a general theme of gangs and organised crime. The audience for my media product is aimed to be aged between 15 and 25, but the preferred target age would be 18. This is because the film certificate is a 15, but they will be able to appreciate the more sincere side of the movie rather than just the thrill of the plot. The film's fanbase would aim to copy well-known films like The Godfather or Lucy. These have big fanbase due to the scale of advertisement and success in the box office. By aiming for this group of people, it would hopefully increase my chance of success when screening the movie. The audience wouldn't have to be part of a specific social group or ethnic society. It is aimed to be suitable for everyone above the age of 15 to watch and enjoy. If they were to, however, shop at certain stores or wear certain clothing types, I wouldn't be biased to say if they were eligible to watch my movie or not. It's aimed at the general public and does not have to be directed at a particular group of people. In my opening scene, I use non-diegetic sound to draw my audience in. It builds suspense and adds tension to the scene. By only using one sentence of diegetic sound in the opening scene, it tells the audience that the rest of the film is going to be filled with mystery. It does this because the words used is "it's done" implies that something has happened and a deal has been made. The consequences of the deal are uncertain, but the exchange of a bag makes the audience believe something dodgy has gone down. My film Blood Money would use a large production company to publish my film because it would give access to larger resources. The film company Paramount Pictures would be a good production company because it gets the product advertised and will be being in a well-known company, it would gain the support of a fan base of the production company. I have learned that many different media techniques involving technology are around, ranging from using Final Cut Pro to edit in phase and change the sound levels, to when filming you can use different focus settings to get a different perspective on what the viewer sees. There are many different attachments to cameras to enhance the quality of my opening scene. The tripod, for example, let me keep a steady and non-shaky shot of my characters walking across the front of the camera. This made him look more prominent and made the film look more professional. This is because the lack of shaking made the audience focus in on the character, making him the centre of attention. The use of a dolly helped me when filming a low tracking shot of the car's wheels turning. It let me get a clear shot of the wheels turning with limited visible shaking. The only downside is that the dolly was on a rough surface like gravel, for example. The shot wouldn't be as stable as the dolly, wouldn't be able to make the shot smooth as the gravel will make the camera shake. It would work best if it was on a surface like tarmac. In the beginning of my film, in the beginning of filming my opening scene, I found on the camera different focus settings. This allowed me to get different perspective and focus on different points when filming. This allowed me, when in the editing process, to look at different clips and choose which suited my film best. Using Final Cut Pro when editing my film let me choose different fade in and fade out options. Another editing feature in Final Cut Pro is the use of the cutting tool. The cutting tool was an essential part when editing my film. It let me cut out unstable parts of film and let me move about certain parts of film to different places with ease. I also used the edit title making feature on Final Cut Pro, which allowed me to browse through a range of fonts and choose which fonts suited my film best. Even though I had done research on this beforehand to find out which font suited my film type best, I still managed to get the as close to accurate font as I wanted on the Final Cut Pro software. Another feature is that of adding sound clips to on top of the actual sounds of the recordings. So in this you could put in selected copyright free music on top of your audio to make the opening scene or mini feature more professional and that sort of stuff. 20th Century Fox would be a good production company to distribute my film, as it doesn't just focus on one genre of film to distribute. It focuses on it has a general view of all different types of genres to distribute. It has lots of marketing links, seeing as it also produced the film Hitman 47, which my film is ideally based on. I feel that the audiences will be the same and have the same immersion as it would if it were to be with 20th Century Fox. Apart from the new technological skills I've learned, I certainly think that my skills to create a professional piece of film has improved drastically. My preliminary task used very basic shots and editing. I've improved the film taking aspect. I've a lot of different shots and angle variation within my final piece. And since my editing skills have improved, I could edit everything I need to improve my film, allowing a high quality outcome. I made the non-diegetic sound in sync with the actions of the characters, which is key to build up a thrilling feel. As if it was not in sync, it wouldn't successfully achieve that tense thriller feel. From the preliminary task, I've learnt the basic skills such as the 180 degree rule. This was good as it allowed me to focus on not breaking it when filming, as obviously it would create confusion and distortion towards the viewer. I also learnt how to use a dolly correctly, as in the preliminary task I used one without